All right. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the live chat, weekly live chat. You hear my voice is a little bit scratchy. Again, another night with not as much sleep, more sleep than typical, but not as much sleep as I get on not Saturday nights trying to get lots of makeup ready. I had somebody, I forget who it was, I can't remember what her name was, calling me out on Twitter. She was like, girl, you were up late. And it's like, it just finished editing. How is everybody this morning? By the way, skincare tip, get good sleep. Drink lots of water, not lots of coffee. Practicing what I preach. I need to do better at that. Hopefully everybody's doing well this morning. Today we're going to be focusing on ingredients, and this stems from a video that I did a live stream yesterday with my Ipsy bag unbagging, and I unbagged this eye cream, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, so those are the ingredients? Ugh, like this is like, are you kidding me? So people were asking me, can you do a video all on ingredients? So that is why I'm doing this video. I do want to put this out there that I am not a skincare expert. I am not an esthetician. I am not formally trained in any of this. This is simply the reason why this exists is because it's by request. There are so much better, more official ways of finding out from official people. Gothisma, I think is what her name is, has a wonderful channel. Gothamista, Gothamista, has a wonderful channel on skincare. My girl Stephanie Nicole, she does a lot of videos on skincare, and they have a solid real knowledge base on ingredients. What I know is from my 1 year-ish of researching ingredients for my channel, and most of my research comes from Googling stuff, looking at reputable sources, places that don't actually sell the cosmetics. I do look at Paula's Choice occasionally, even though they sell things, but I take their information with a grain of salt. I always make sure I check other sources as well. But I look at a lot of different places. I have a couple of books that I have, which of course I don't have with me. But I have like some books that I look at, but I am not formally trained in any of this. This is just my knowledge from what I've gained from that year-ish of researching ingredients. That being said, I only know about the ingredients that I've researched. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of ingredients, and I don't know them all. So all I can speak to is the ones that I know. But again, this was requested, so I'm hoping I can give you enough information to let you be able to kind of glance at an ingredient label and be able to say, well, this has some good stuff in it, this is a lot of fillers, things like that. So I'm hoping I'll be able to help you enough, and I'm hoping I'm not completely over my head with this video in that, I'm just going to do my best with it because it was requested, and I'm really hoping that I do a good enough job with it because I only know what I know, and I'm going to tell you everything I know, and I'm going to let this be kind of a community-run Q&A kind of thing, where I figured what we would do is we would go to some of your favorite products, people that are here in the live chat, and we would just kind of look at the ingredient list together, and I could kind of tell you what I recognize that looks good and or whether it looks bad. So before I get into this, I do want to tell you what's in this eye cream to show you where my kind of alarm bells were with it, kind of like, are you kidding me? And then we'll talk about some good ones. So before I do that, I do want to say hello to the people that are here in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. I'm hoping there are some skincare experts out there that would kind of back me up on things or correct me if I'm wrong, stuff like that. I'm going to try very hard not to say anything I don't know. I don't want to give you any false information. I'll just say I don't know. You might hear that a lot in this video because there is a lot that I don't know, but there's also a lot I know as well. Becky is here. Good morning to you. Mimi is here. Good morning. Steph, one of our fabulous chat moderators. Good morning, Steph. This is a hashtag not sponsored video. Speaking of Steph, this video is just something that I chose to do with no particular brand attached. Junie is here. Good morning. Banshee Muse. Good morning. Reading Mom. Good morning. Christina is here. Amber is here. Aspen is here. Good morning to you. Shirley and Latina and Julio down by the schoolyard are here. Tam is here. Another fabulous moderator. Michelle, also a What's Up Makeup reporter and Facebook admin. Hello, hello. Judith and the Gold Digger and Nancy, my friend, is here. And Tabitha, of course, is here. My fabulous production manager. Thank you so much. Mermaid and the Marine. Denise, Becky, Tracy, Karen, Shirley, thank you so much for being here. And if I didn't say good morning to you, good morning to you. I am really hoping that this goes well. Can you tell that I'm a little nervous about this one? I'm like sitting here thinking, was this a good idea or not? Okay, well, we'll see. So let me go ahead and tell you about this this particular eye cream that came in my Ipsy bag. The ingredients are water, butylene glycol, cyclopentasiloxane, and phenoxyethanol. Those are the first 4 ingredients. And those are basically just like texture ingredients. There's nothing in there that's skincare based. And you really want to look mostly at the first 10 ingredients. The first 10 ingredients are going to tell you what the product is mostly made of. Anything beyond that, there may be some good things in there that are impacting the formula, but those first 10 ingredients are really the tell-all for it. When you look at really the first 5, those are going to be the ones that make up most of the substance. Because if you don't know, cosmetic companies have to, just like food, you have to list the order of ingredients from what is most contained in here down to the least until you get to the 1% mark. Once you get to the 1% mark, then you can list them in any order, and they don't tell you where the 1% mark is, so you kind of have to guess. For example, there was a cleanser that I reviewed on the channel for What the K. It had over 100 ingredients in it. It's a green tea cleanser. I think I did it last Monday, and there's over 100 ingredients in there. So the way I explained it in that video is, let's say you have a 10-gallon vat of this stuff, and you take 1/8 of a teaspoon of something and you put it into that 10-gallon vat. How much are you going to actually get in your 5-ounce bottle of product? Not a whole lot. Probably not enough to impact the formula enough, unless it's super, super, super potent for some reason, and that's not something I have a knowledge base on. So anything that's beyond, like, once I see like the preservatives and things like that, like I'm all, and the colorants, if there's colorants, anything beyond that, I'm like, that's probably the 1% mark there. Sometimes I would imagine the preservative might be a little higher. Like for this, the phenoxyethanol is a little bit higher. So there might be more of a couple of these after it. But once we get past like the 5th or 6th ingredient, I'm not really taking it seriously at this point. So that's kind of where I'm at. And like with this, you know, what I want to see is those good, solid skincare ingredients that we're going to be talking about in this video. In contrast, I do want to talk about the Juice Beauty Smoothing Eye Concentrate, which is what I've been using recently. I got this in a FabFitFun box. That was a sponsored video. This one is not. I'm just telling you that this is what I've been using. So it's like almost gone. I'm trying to get the rest out of this. This was a sample size, and I did pull up the ingredients for this. This is going to be mostly like a hydrating, skin, like healing kind of product. I didn't see a lot of anti-aging in this, but it's very hydrating, which is really good for preventing, you know, anti-aging. It's good for keeping your skin hydrated so that you don't dehydrate. And the more you're dehydrated, the more likely you may be to get wrinkles and all of that, and you're going to lose your plumpness and all of that. So hydration is good. That's my point. So we've got white grape juice, which I thought was very interesting. I don't know a lot about white grape juice, but the second ingredient is aloe juice. It's better to have aloe vera extract than aloe juice. Juice is not the best version of aloe. You want the extract if you can get something like the leaf extract. So that's kind of okay for me. The next is sunflower seed oil, which is another one that's okay. Ceteryl, I think alcohol, that is a good alcohol. The ones you don't want are the is it alcohol? This is all off the top of my head. Alcohol, denatured alcohol is the one that you don't want in your skincare, because that is one that's going to dry out your skin, especially if it's higher up. Glycerin is one that recently I've been talking about how it's a humectant, so it pulls moisture from the air and pulls it into your skin. But if you live in a dry environment, it could take the moisture from the lower layers of your skin and pull it up. Recently, I've been doing a little more research on glycerin, and I've seen, there's an airplane going by, I don't know if you can hear it, but I've seen some contrary studies of that. There's always contrary studies where people are saying that has been debunked by some studies. So take that with a grain of salt with the glycerin and it being a humectant and all of that. I'm kind of upset with myself that I've been pushing that so hard in my videos, because I've recently found some contradictory information that I didn't find before. But there is still some strong evidence to suggest that is true, but there's also some studies that have said that it's not as strong of, like, there's some contradictory studies. Let's just leave it at that. So You may want to stay away from glycerin if you live in a dry environment, but it's not a 100% thing. So those are the first ingredients in it. A lot of hydrating, healing kinds of things in here. And I've really been enjoying this. So you can see the difference between that and like butylene glycol is a texture thing. Cyclopentasiloxane is a texture thing. Phenoxyethanol is a preservative. Then you have glycerin. Then you have dimethicone cross polymer, which is a texture thing. It's a silicone. Then you have dimethicone, which is another silicone. Then phenyltrimethicone, which is another texture thing. And then we have soybean oil. And it's like, which would you rather have? Which would you rather have? You know what I mean? So supposedly this is a $35 eye cream, and then this one is $29. So it's kind of a no-brainer for me which one I would pick. And that's really what I wanted to share with you in this video, is kind of, you know, what to look out for. This is 0.5 ounces, and then this one is okay, so this is a full size. This is 0.5 ounces, this is a full size, and this is 0.5 ounces. But the ingredients in this maybe aren't the best ingredients ever, but it's definitely better than this. So I'm gonna go ahead over, that was my example, I'm gonna go ahead over to the collective brain, and I'm gonna look and see what are some things that you guys, Pamela says that dimethicone is a silicone. That is very true. Let's see. Shelby says, I've tried everything. My skin is super dry and now it's finally not. What have you been using, Shelby? Let me go up and see what Shelby's been using. Let's see if she's told us. YSL all hours. DN number 3 in YSL all hours. Let's look up what she's talking about here. I used to be able to look to show you like a screenshot of what's happening. Oh, it's a foundation. Okay. Well, we can look and see what the ingredients are in this foundation. Let's see if they list it. And sometimes they don't list it on their websites. Let's see. Okay, water, cyclohexasiloxane, denatured alcohol. See, that's the third ingredient is denatured alcohol. So I'm really surprised that you're finding this to be a hydrating thing. The cyclohexasiloxane is going to make you feel like it's very smooth on your skin, but the denatured alcohol is an ingredient that's supposed to dehydrate your skin. Isododecane is an ingredient that is it's like a balancer almost. It's in a lot of liquid lipsticks to kind of help with the drying. So maybe they put that in there to combat the denatured alcohol. Very interesting. I don't see. I mean, it doesn't claim to be a skincare product, but I don't see skincare in here. That's very interesting that you find that this is good for your skin. Wow, so interesting. I mean, because one of those things is, you know, everybody's skin is different. So I don't know. That's pretty crazy though. Wow, Allison is here. Good morning, Allison. Allison, I've really been enjoying your comments lately. Thanks for coming by. Oh, Shelby says, no, that's not what I was saying. I was answering someone's question. Okay. All right, Shelby, thank you so much for clarifying, because it looked like you were saying that was helping you with your dry skin. Okay, well, I'm not going to go back and do that again. Kayla says, I use the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream and it takes away my dry patches. Let's talk about that one, because that's one I have definitely heard about. So I'm going to copy that from your post, Kayla, and let's put it in and let's talk about the ingredients for that product. Okay. Ultra Repair Cream Intense Hydration. It's $30 for a 6-ounce tub, and it looks like we've got water, stearic acid, glycerin. There's a lot of things I don't know. Caprolic and capric triglyceride is a good one. Ceredo alcohol is fine. Let's see what this. So this is the process I do. So there's something called butyrose. I don't know how to pronounce it. Parky butter. We're gonna look and see what that is, because that's pretty high up. So I'm just Googling that. That's all I'm doing. I'm typing it into a Google search, and it's shea butter. So this is a shea butter product. Dimethicone. Oh, squalane. That's a good one. And allantoin is a good one. So we've got shea butter, which of course is going to give you a lot of hydration. Some people are allergic to shea butter though, so that's definitely not something that you want to be using if you're allergic to it, of course. Squalane, there's a lot of controversy about squalane because people say it's Squalane. There's a lot of controversy because some people believe that all squalane is from shark liver oil, but that's not true. It can be actually brought from plants, I believe, is one of the ways to get it. But the thing about ingredients is you don't know where your ingredients are from. But that is one that is really, really good for eczema. Really good for eczema. What else? Yeah, that's just a really good one, and okay, here we go. So this is a website called truthinaging.com, which is a really, really good website for like legit information. They always cite their sources of where they get their information and which studies, which I absolutely love. So they say it's so bountiful. While it's not so bountiful in plants as it is in shark liver, can be found in many vegetable oils. It's also found in human sebaceous secretions as a precursor of cholesterol. Sometimes they go and it says squalane levels peak in our early 20s and then decline very rapidly. So a lot of times they get it from olive oil. So this really is a good one. And then allantoin is another one that's really good. Then we have green tea leaf extract, which I've done a couple videos on green tea. Let's talk about allantoin a little bit real quick. And I'm just going back to Truth in Aging because I really do love that website. It's so good. It says it has the ability to remove excess skin. It's a skin soothing ingredient. It helps you shed the outer layer of your epidermis and promote healthy tissue formation. So it's a gentle exfoliant. No evidence of anti-aging effects, according to Truth in Aging. So yes, this is a good one. You're going to feel immediate hydration from that shea butter, but you've also got some good like the squalane and the allantoin for the exfoliation and for the hydration. So that's really, really good. Definite yes on that one. Let's go back to the community and see what the community is saying. Shelby says, that means I have no natural squalane, LOL. Maybe not, maybe not. Aaron says, I wonder what Aveeno eczema lotion has that makes it so good for eczema in particular. Let's look at it. The website that I really like a lot is called Truth in Aging. Melissa says allantoin is an egg white, I think. I'm not sure about that. That's definitely possible, though. Let's look at the Aveeno eczema lotion. Let's see what's going on with that. I'm hoping you guys are finding this helpful. I'm hoping I have enough good information for you. I'm not usually as self-conscious on camera as I am with this one, but I want to make sure I'm 100% honest with you guys about what I know and what I don't know. And that way you know to take my information with a grain of salt. Let's see. It says colloidal oatmeal, which I don't know anything about. Water, glycerin, and then something chloride. I don't know this ingredient, so I'm going to look up it. Distyryl dimonium chloride. Let's see what that is. I have a feeling that's a texture ingredient. And I'm just Googling it. That's all I'm doing. And then EWG.org is another good website to kind of start off with. EWG is the Environmental Working Group. But the thing about the EWG that you really need to be aware of is that sometimes they take studies and they kind of blow them out of proportion, where they'll have a study where it was only done in rats in the 1970s and the rats were given, you know, topical application of 50% concentration over a period of 3 weeks and they developed cancer. You know, and it's like in a typical skincare product, maybe it's a 0.5% concentration and, you know, it's like, and it's done in humans. Yeah, there's a big, huge difference. So, you know, EWG might say that this is a horrible, ingredient based on this rat study of this huge concentration that you would never see in a human product. So you just have to kind of take it with a grain of salt and look further. So if EWG says something's bad, I definitely recommend you look at a couple of other sources to kind of verify that information. But it is a really great place to start for research. So this disodium, back to the chloride thing, distyryl dimonium chloride. It's used in hair conditioners and skin creams. According to the Beauty Brains, which is an excellent podcast. Oh my gosh, the Beauty Brains, amazing. Let's see. The positive charges in the ingredient react with the negatively charged proteins on the skin and don't completely rinse off or become absorbed. This leaves the skin coating that leaves the skin feeling smooth. So it is a texture thing. So it's supposed to give your it's like a topical thing. There's no skincare in that ingredient. It's just kind of a topical thing. We've got panthenol. I know I've looked that up before. I don't see a lot of good things in here. I'm quite disappointed, actually. So that was the third ingredient. So we had water, then we had glycerin. So good hydrating for, definitely good hydrating in moisture environments, maybe not as much in the dry environments, but there's conflicting information there. And then we have that one that makes your skin feel good on the outside, but it doesn't do anything actually good for your actual skin. And then the next ingredient is the panthenol. And then that one, let's see. Okay, we're almost there. It's a provitamin B. It's used in cosmetics and beauty products primarily as a lubricant, emollient, and moisturizer because it binds to the hair and penetrates the skin, providing both lubrication and hydration. So that's a pretty good one. It's a vitamin B derivative. So that's pretty good. Petrolatum, which gets a really bad rep because of the petrol in the beginning. Petrolatum, from what I understand, please correct me if I'm wrong, is that it mostly gives like a topical feeling, kind of like the other one, a topical feeling of hydration, but doesn't really do great things for your actual skin. So far I'm got cetyl alcohol, oat kernel oil. I really don't see a lot of good things in here. We've got ceramide, but that's like way down at the bottom. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ingredients in this. So like the first 5 would probably be the biggest. And that's the water, the glycerin, the topical thing that we talked about, the panthenol, the petrolatum, and isopropyl palmitate, which is another texture, I believe. So this one doesn't look great, which makes me kind of sad because you said it works really well for your eczema. So maybe it's one of those, maybe it's a less expensive alternative, but I don't know if it's actually going to do anything in the long term, at least according to, looking at the ingredients. Isopropyl palmitate, it's the same kind of thing as that other one I was talking about the static from Beauty Brains is the same kind of thing. That is such a bummer. All right, well, let's go back to the collective brain and see what people are saying. Yeah, it is kind of interesting. What's up, buddy? Yes, that's fine. Mon Love Beauty says, Jen, did you ever look more into that ingredient in the Too Faced Born This Way? By my name is Monica. Oh, Monica. Okay, I think I can remember that because it's Mon 420. Okay, which ingredient was it in the Born This Way? Oh, the one that was cancer causing? I didn't look deeper because I kind of looked really deep for that video. Let me look and see what that was. And it was, let me see, Born This Way foundation. If you didn't see my my video on the comparing the new Too Faced foundation to the Born This Way, that's what she's talking about, where one of the ingredients, there's some research that suggests that it's cancer causing, an ingredient that is in the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Ethahexylmethocinamate. And I'll tell you where I got that info from. But it's kind of freaky. But the thing is you don't know the concentration that it's in it. You don't know the concentration that was in the study. So it's not one of those where it's going to immediately cause cancer and you need to throw it away and it's terrible and it's awful and all of that. It is FDA approved. So you just have to, you have to decide where your line is individually. Okay, so this is from Truth in Aging. And it says it's used mostly in sunscreen products. It's used in products that are applied to the skin to absorb, reflect, or scatter UV rays. It protects the skin from sunburn and other damaging effects of the sun. It also protects cosmetics and personal care products from deterioration caused by UV rays and allows them to last longer in high UV conditions. But then with the safety measures, it says according to EWG and some studies, and they've got links, to produce excess reactive oxygen species that can interfere with cellular signaling, cause mutations, and lead to cell death. So basically, that's cancer causing. The reaction can also be implicated in cardiovascular disease. So I don't know how that all gets to the heart and everything. I don't know. That's why I just kind of mentioned it. But this is kind of the best information I found on that. And it says ingredients applied to the skin may cause allergic reaction. So if you had a bad reaction to the Born This Way foundation, that might be why. So yeah, I mean, it's some studies, and when I click on the word studies, it takes me to a ResearchGate article, and it's very, very Let me see, request full text. Okay, so in order to read the full text, you have to be a student. Let me see, not a researcher, and then you have to log in, which I haven't done yet. It looks like very, very sciencey, though it may be a little too deep for me. We may need Gothamista for this one. But yeah, I mean, we definitely don't want to overreact. Laura says don't overreact, people, and I totally agree. We don't know the concentration it was used in the studies. Like I said, it could have been in rats in the 1970s at a 50% concentration for 3 weeks straight. I mean, you don't know, but if it's one of those things that I want to bring your attention to in case you want to do something about it for your own personal choice. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. Because there is research there, and then people can kind of do more research on their own if they want. Let's see what else we're talking about. Charlie says, the Too Faced comparison of the Too Faced foundation is how I found this channel. I've got that ingredient on a sticky note on my sunscreen now. I love having the Peach Perfect foundation. I'm loving it. The Peach Perfect foundation has wonderful ingredients. And I go into more of that in the video, but it really does. I mean, he knocked it out of the park with the ingredients on that, the new Peach Perfect foundation, if you can stand the smell. Because the smell is quite strong. Tam says palm oil is the devil. Yeah, a lot of people, don't buy palm oil derived products for environmental reasons because of the palm oils being chopped down and the environmental impact of that, both with the just nature-wise, as far as the, nature. Sorry, live stream. I would have cut that part out. Animals and things and how they're being affected by the palm trees being cut down at such a huge rate and all of that, Oh, the CeraVe. CeraVe is definitely recommended by dermatologists. Let's check it out. And let's see why. Ceramides is what Sherry says. So let's check it out. Because it's very important to know that I think some people equate, that they have to get drunk elephant in order to get really, really good skincare. And that is just simply not true. There are so many really good skincare products that are not $80 or $100. You don't need to go La Mer. You don't. You really, really don't. A lot of times it's like, if you get a gold bracelet, you don't need to get, the gold isn't better quality just because it's $3,000. You're going for the design of it. You're going for the packaging. You're going for the name on it. It's not necessarily a better quality product. Not to say that they're bad quality, but you can get just as good quality product for much less expensive if you're looking for the right things. And it really just comes from, just like I did, just researching and looking into those things and just taking some time to learn about it. And you'll be able to do the exact same thing I did, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't go to school for this. It's just, what I've done from just researching and looking things up and reading books and things. All right, CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. I have heard really good things about this. Let's check out the ingredients. Label info. Okay, so we've got purified water, glycerin, and then we've got Ceratith 20 and Ceryl alcohol, which is a good one. Capric triglyceride, yes, those are good. And then we've got something that I don't know, Behentrimonium methosulfate and cetyl alcohol, cetyl alcohol, those are all good. Ceramide 3, ceramide 6.2, ceramide 1, hyaluronic acid, those are all really good. So yes, this has a lot of really good things in it. Let me go and check out this one that started with the B. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Bentrimonium methosulfate, a very mild yet effective ingredient known for its detangling and hair thickening properties. So it's mostly used in hair care products, which is kind of interesting. When used in lotions and creams, it gives a soft, powdery aftertouch to the skin. So that's basically it for that. But I mean, it does look like it's got some really good things in it. Let's look up ceramide 3 just for the fun of it and see what they say. And you see how I'm doing this. This is not something that you can't do. You can totally do this. There's an article on Truth in Aging called Are Ceramides a Skin Breakthrough? There's an article by the NCBI, which is NIH, about ceramide 1 and ceramide 3. The reason why I like Truth in Aging, especially for a video like this, is that it gives it kind of in a nutshell really quick. If I was going to do this for an actual thorough video, I would read those longer articles, but you guys don't want to sit here and watch me process all that because it takes a little while. Dr. Oz recently gave his 3 tips on how to drop a decade from your skin and made a very curious recommendation. Photoceramide capsules, plant-based ceramides. Less controversially, he also mentioned vitamin C serums. Okay, so then it talks about, do photoceramides really work? It says, I could find no independent research on photoceramide capsules, but that's different. That's to like ingest. Let's see. Ceramides are natural components of the human skin. There are different ceramide types, and ceramide 3 and 6 are commonly found in the skin. All 4 layers of the epidermis contain ceramides, and they play an important role in creating a barrier which reduces infection and helps to retain the skin's moisture. So you guys can go over to and read the whole article. I don't want to read the entire article at Truth in Aging, but that would be a place to look for more info on that. But what it comes down to is the CeraVe does look like a really good product. It is $11.69, and this would be for moisturizing for normal to dry skin, which is what it's advertised for. There are parabens in here though, so if you don't like parabens, then that's something that you want to consider. But parabens, for if you like watch Stephanie Nicole, like she'll say the same thing, that a lot of the scare on parabens was based on a study that was debunked. So just, you know, if you don't have an allergic reaction to parabens, you may want to look more into the research about parabens and whether you want to cut them completely out of your beauty routine. Because there really isn't a lot of solid information about parabens that say that it's bad for the average person. But it is bad for people that are allergic, obviously. Okay, let's go ahead and look and see what the community is saying. More first time getting here, actually watching this live. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Janelle says, I will check out Derma Doctor. DE worked for me, but for the price. Oh, the price is not good. Gotcha. One thing you definitely want to check out, and I do have an entire Korean beauty series, is that the Korean beauty is, on the whole, very inexpensive. And you can get high concentrations of really good ingredients. For like a skin cream, you can get a really, really good one for like 20 bucks. Which is still a little expensive for some people. But if you're looking for really good skincare, I'm telling you, K-Beauty is the way to go. I'm telling you, it's really good. Shelby says I started with The Ordinary, but needed more, so I'm on the Niod line. I've heard really good things about the Niod line. I personally didn't have a great experience with The Ordinary, but it may have been the way that I chose to use it that had nothing to do with the actual quality of the products. But you know, you can only... You do the best you can. I used them for, was it 3 months, 4 months, something like that? I think it was 3 months I used the products religiously, and that was the way I chose to use them, was just to completely kick everything out of my skincare routine and just use The Ordinary. I do have that video, but I didn't really see good results. What do you think of Corsix and Belief? Belief has some really good ingredients. I'm not familiar with CosRx, not Corsix. CosRx, I haven't tried anything from them. Monica says, a lot of times people are pretty confused when we talk and find their expensive skincare isn't the correct skincare for them. And that makes a difference too. I mean, just because it's really expensive doesn't mean that it's something that's matched to what your needs are. So it's really important to not just grab something based on a recommendation from a YouTuber, but really look and see, what does that skincare do? What are the claims on the container? And make sure that matches you. And I know that sounds like a duh, Jen, but I feel like some people, they go, oh my gosh, so-and-so said that this was a miracle for them. This was amazing for them. I'm going to go out and buy it. And then they find that it doesn't do the same thing for them because they just simply have a different issue. Sarah says, what about Alba Botanica, specifically their Hawaiian oil-free moisturizer? Because I got 2 of them from Walmart for $3 and it seems to be awesome. Well, let's check this out. Alba Botanical Hawaiian oil-free moisturizer. Let's check it out. Because if it's 2 for $3, yes, I'm all about that. Let's see. Oil-free moisturizer. Okay. Oh, I've seen this brand before. Okay, let's see. I just have to find one that has ingredients. So thrivemarket.com. There it is. Oh, they've got it for $11.45, and they said that's saving 41%. Hawaiian oil-free moisturizer. You got a deal. Ingredients. Okay, so we've got water, glycerin, cetyl alcohol. I think I was saying that wrong the entire video. Octopalmitate, which is a texture thing. Caprylic and capric triglyceride. Yep. Glycerol stearate. That's a texture thing. Oh, here we go. Aloe leaf juice. So again, the juice isn't necessarily the best, but aloe is good. Dimethicone, which is a silicone. Glycerol laurate. I think that's a good one. Let me look up glycerol laurate. And then we've got the green tea. We've got papaya fruit extract. These are good. Stearic acid, I think, is a good one, if I remember correctly. I know that people are going to watch this on the replay and do a bunch of research. Remember, this is off the top of my head. So please take this stuff with a grain of salt because, ooh, what is this? Beauty Brains has an article about. We're just going to research ingredients together. Be careful what you believe about ingredient lists. TheBeautyBrains.com, I love them. They're amazing. What is happening here? You've been greenwashed. I was thinking about doing a whole video on greenwashing. Oh, it's just talking about people are saying that it's natural. Things are natural when they're not. That's not what I'm talking about. That's a whole nother video. Okay, I don't see any articles that I could read super quickly. Let me see what EWG says the purpose of it is. Skin conditioning agent, emollient, surfactant, emulsifying agent. Okay, I'm gonna have to do more deep research into that. I don't want to sit here forever and do that. But yeah, it looks like it's got some great ingredients. Down further, we've got the allantoin, we've got hyaluronic acid. What? You just found a good one for really, really cheap. Nice job. Yeah, this is a good one. I mean, it looks like it's similar to the CeraVe as far as the quality of it. I mean, nothing that's like blowing my mind like, oh my gosh. But yeah, definitely a good one. That's great. I can't believe you got that for $3. 2 for $3. Are you kidding me? Oh no. Yeah, 2 of them at Walmart for $3. Nice job. Yes, greenwashing. Greenwashing is when you get, somebody was asking what greenwashing is. It's when you, when a skincare or a makeup company says all natural or organic, and they claim that they're the best because they're all natural or organic, and then the ingredients really don't do anything. When they're, let me get a formal definition for greenwashing so make sure that I'm representing this correctly. Okay, disinformation disseminated by an organization so as to present an environmentally responsible public image. So they're basically saying that we're awesome because we're this, but really we're not. We're environmentally friendly, all of that, but you know, it really isn't true. So because really, I don't know what the percentages are, but in order to say you're a natural product or you're an organic product, I don't think it has to really be very natural or organic. Like like the regulations on those terms are super, super loose. So never like just, you know, you see something that says all natural, especially a cosmetic product or organic or something, you can't take that as 100% that this is going to be an excellent product, because I'd have to do a whole video with research on everything to make sure I'm speaking 100% accurately. But yeah, just be careful of that. But that's what greenwashing is. Yeah, Shelby says, Stephanie Nicole said cat poop is natural too. Doesn't mean it's good for my skin. Exactly. And like, you know, poison ivy or poison oak. Totally natural. Should you put it on your skin? No. No. I saw someone say something about the Pixie Glow Tonic. Let's look up the Pixie Glow Tonic, because that's one that gets a lot of hype. Okay. See if I can find the ingredients on this, because sometimes the ingredients are listed and sometimes they're not. There we go. Okay, so we've got, we've got water, we've got aloe leaf juice, glycolic acid, yes, give me some of this, butylene glycol, glycerin, sodium hydroxide, witch hazel. Some people really love witch hazel, some people really hate witch hazel, so that's really important. The horse chestnut seed extract, these are all really high up. Oh, nice, yeah, definitely. Hexylene glycol, fructose, glucose, sucrose, urea. That's an ingredient that causes a lot of controversy because of the word urine, that it can be derived from some kind of urine, I think. Colorless crystalline compound that is, it's in urine. That's what it is. It's in your urine, but a lot of the skincare ingredients, it's not It's not from actual urine. Let me make sure that I'm representing this correctly. Urea, pee in your cosmetics from the Cosmetist. That's actually a pretty good blog. Yeah, it's not actual pee though, from what I understand. A component of urine. It's usually synthetic versions are used in cosmetics. Beneficial water binding and mild exfoliating properties for the skin. So again, just to stress, this is definitely something you can totally do for yourself. You can do the same thing I do because I mostly use Google and then a couple of books. So Shirley says my mom swears by witch hazel. Yeah, so definitely good on the Pixie Glow Tonic. I actually have a brand new bottle of it that I haven't opened yet because I'm finishing up my review of I'm finishing up my thoughts on the Best Damn Beauty by Nicole Guerrero, and that video hopefully will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And I've been using the Peter Thomas Roth toner, which burns the doo-doo out of my skin, but I really like it. Not burns, but it like feels really like, it kind of makes my skin feel a little when I first put it on. So I don't want to switch over to the Glow Tonic, but after I'm done with that, I'm going to switch over to the Glow Tonic. Sandra says, what's in the makeup eraser? The makeup eraser is a microfiber towel. That's all it is. Elise says, urea is just a basic chemically substrate like a filler. Is it really? See, some people know this stuff better than I do. I don't know. I didn't realize urea was a filler, because that's not what I'm finding. Let me look again because I don't want to give you guys wrong information. Let me see if I can find another source. See, the problem is with some of these is that the sources are not fabulous all the time. Sometimes I just get blogs, so I try to avoid talking about the ones that are just from blogs because I don't necessarily trust all the blogs. Urea is a naturally occurring compound in normal metabolic constitution. Yeah, nothing here is telling me that it's a filler, but I mean, you could be right. You probably know more than I do, Elise. So I don't know. It's definitely something I'm going to have to look more into, but Elise says it's just a filler. So definitely take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Banshee Muse says, I like the Pixie Tonic better than the ordinary and even the Ski, SKI, it's Ski, right? SKII or SK2. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. Elise says we use it a lot in biochemistry lab. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Stacey says, good morning. I made it. Good morning to you. Let's see. Mimi says It Cosmetic is that good ingredients in the products. Kimberly, we talked a little bit about squalene a few minutes ago. For me, I've seen all the research I've done about squalene has been really, really good as far as, the products that I've seen with it in it. People seem to speak very highly of them. And we did talk about that just a little while ago. So much It controversy. Well, maybe we should look into the new It Cosmetic skincare. Let's look into it. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we've got about 15 minutes left. I came on 10 minutes late, so we're going to stay an extra 10 minutes. Okay, let's look at this It Cosmetics. I just picked one. Anti-Aging Armor Super Smart Skin Perfecting Beauty Fluid. It's $38. Come on. Click on it, baby. Come on. Load it up. Load it up. We don't have all day here. Okay, ingredients. Water, cyclopentasiloxane, so that's not... Okay, and then we've got something something I don't know, butyl octyl salicate, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering these. All the skincare experts are going to come and destroy me after this video is over. Okay, so there's a bunch of really complicated articles that I would read if I was going to be doing a full review on this. Let's see. There's a safety assessment. Doesn't look like there's really much on this. Hair conditioning agent, skin conditioning agent, miscellaneous solvent, and skin conditioning. So that's probably more of a filler because I don't see a lot of good stuff about that. Because usually the ones that are like the ones you want to find, there's a lot of information on them. Okay, this one is C12-15 alkyl benzenate. It's a thickening agent. Okay, so far, nothing good. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 4 in. Then butylene glycol. I think that's I can't remember if that's a good one or not. And then we have silica. Silica is actually a good one. It's different than silicone. There's a difference. There's silicon, there's silicone, and there's silica. And they're actually different. Okay, propylene glycol, dicaprolate slash dicaprate. Skin conditioning agents. Let's see. Promotes healthy skin according to research, and they've got a link. This is Truth in Aging. Is used in skincare and beauty products as an ingredient in moisturizers, cleansing products, fragrance products, and makeup products such as foundations and lipsticks. But there's nothing in here that says that it's amazing. Glycerin. Yeah, I mean, we've got capric and capric triglyceride, but that was in the really inexpensive stuff too. So like looking at these this one off the top, they've got a lot of ingredients. It looks like most of the really good ingredients are lower down. But again, this is just at a glance. In order to do a full like ingredient analysis, I would have to spend an hour on it. And that's the anti-aging armor. So at first glance, I would not purchase this because it doesn't look amazing, and it's $38. Okay, let's try the Confidence in a cream. I wish I could show you my screen so you could look at it while I'm looking at it, but they don't allow me to do that anymore. Again, we've got water, butylene glycol, cyclopentasiloxane, glycerin, the same butylene glycol, dicaprate, ethahexyl isonate. I know I said that wrong. Let's look up that one. Yeah, this looks like a bunch of like filler stuff in the beginning. It looks like all of the good stuff, the allantoin, the ceramide, the retinol retinate, the, what else is in here? I mean, all kinds of good stuff. Tea tree oil and all that stuff is all way down. So just glancing at these, I probably wouldn't get them. Let's look up the ethahexyl isononanate. I wish you could see this. It's ISONONANOATE. Oh my gosh. That's too many vowels. I can't even do it. I would need to like do what I used to do with my kids when I taught phonics and separate it up by doing like lines and do each one. It says very little information is available regarding this ingredient. This is Truth in Aging beyond using it as an emollient ester, thickening and stabilizing. So this does not look amazing to me. Just at a glance, this does not look amazing. We've got some shea butter in here. Aloe leaf extract. I mean, but this is the same stuff we were seeing in the CeraVe, you know, and in the other one that was the $3 at Walmart. It's the same stuff with a bunch of filler in the beginning. I mean, there might be some other things that I'm just not familiar with that I'm not looking up, like I said, but it's not looking impressive on those two ingredients. That makes me a little sad because I do like Cosmetics. I've had some good experiences with them, but that's not making me happy. Okay, let's go ahead. Tammy says, Jen, I was going to say that. Just break it up into syllables. Girl, okay, let's do it. Isononanoate. Isononanoate. Pamela says, bye-bye lines give me little bumps. Main ingredient, dimethicone, blocks my pores. Yeah, a lot of people have trouble with dimethicone. That's why I always make sure I mention it in my videos. Okay, oh, Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Let's check it out. That's another one, Sandra. Let's do it. I hope you guys are having fun with this because I'm having fun. I love ingredients. It's super fun. Okay. Net-a-Portois. Okay, let's go to Charlotte Tilbury's website. Ingredients. Let's check it out. I'm glad these places all have ingredients. Okay, so we've got water and then something I've never heard of before, homosalate. Let's check it out. Glycerol stearate. Let me see. I'm looking to see if there's anything that I recognize right away that looks good. Okay, we've got phenoxyethanol that looks like it's about the 10th ingredient, and then after that we have shea butter. So I'm not going to look at anything beyond the shea butter. So let's look at this homosalate because that's really high up. What is that? There's a WebMD article. Let's look at the WebMD article. It's used in sunscreens to protect the skin from harmful effects of the sun, prevent sunburn, premature aging. Helps to decrease the risk of sun cancer. Okay. So, yeah, I don't see, I'm looking at precautions and stuff. They're basically just saying make sure you really protect yourself from the sun, that this might not protect you completely. It's not a sunscreen. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot on here, but it looks like it's just basically used for sun protection. That's the second ingredient. Then we have glycerol stearate SE. Let's look up that one. Again, I'm just Googling girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm just Googling. Okay. Okay, Paula's Choice. Again, this is one that I take with a grain of salt. It says it's widely used in that ingredient that is a self-emulsifying. That's what the SE stands for. So that's kind of a filler ingredient. Not a filler ingredient. When I say filler ingredient, the filler ingredients are important because they give you the texture that you like, or they help, you know, to things to absorb, or they thicken it, or they thin it out, or they help with scent. I mean, they're not like, it's not that the fillers are bad. They're just, you know, not going to help you with anything in your skin. Ethylhexyl salicylate. It's another sunscreen ingredient. So it looks like this is a good to help with sun protection. And then butylene glycol, glycerin, butyl methyl oxidibenzylmethane. Yes, I think I got that one. Okay, let's look up that one. Oh, okay. They're calling that avobenzone. They're saying it's the same thing. It's another sunscreen. So we're loading up on the sunscreens here with this product. Again, this is the Charlotte's Magic Cream, which is supposed to be really amazing. Okay, let's look up this one, octocrylene. Active ingredient in sunscreens. What is going on here? Then we have cetyl alcohol, so that's a good one. And the C1215 acylbenzenate we talked about a little while ago, cyclopentasiloxane, dimethicone, phenoxyethanol, and then the shea butter. So it looks like a lot of the good things, again, are lower down, but I've heard such wonderful things about this. So I don't know. I'm very confused right now why this is coming up as not being fabulous, because this is a $100 for 50 milliliter product, and it has 5 stars, 4.8 stars, and 127 reviews, but I don't see a lot of good things in the front end. So I'm actually quite disappointed in what I'm seeing. But it's got the allantoin, the aloe leaf juice, but again, these are things we saw in those less expensive products. So this would be something based solely on the ingredient list that I would not purchase. Our black burnification says all the K brands have snail. Is it really good for the skin? They do not all have snail, but a lot of them do have snail, and I have heard wonderful things. Sandra says, I use the magic cream every day and my skin looks amazing. It was a present. That is fantastic. And I'm not saying these things don't work. Please don't twist it to make me say that this is saying these things don't work. I'm just looking at the ingredient list solely. I've never tried these products. But I would definitely, if it were me, I would choose products that were less expensive, that had better ingredients on the top end. That's me personally, based on my personal knowledge. So, and it's so expensive. Oh my gosh. Paul says, I love those glasses on you. Oh, thank you so much. Jacqueline says, oh, dang, that price tag just gave me a heart attack. I know, right? Nilo says, now I read chemically sunscreens are not healthy in the long term than physical sunscreens. And that's something that I don't have a lot of knowledge on. Stephanie is definitely a better source on that. Elise says, is that like snail slime? Yes. They from what I understand, the snail, they kind of scrape it off of the snail. They don't kill the snail in order to get the slime, because if they kill the snail, then they don't get the slime. You know, they just take the secretions of the snail, and supposedly it's very, very good. I have very rarely used products with snail secretions in them. Allison says, I'm starting to see more and more that it's chemical sunscreens that are responsible for skin issues leading to abnormal cell growth, leading to skin cancer, and it certainly has my attention. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of research on that. Tam says snail secretions freak me out. Yeah, they used to freak me out a lot. I actually have a video that's now private that I did, I think maybe 4 years ago. It was a long time ago. It was on a, oh, I can't remember the name of the brand off the top of my head. It's a man's name is the name of the brand, but it had snail secretions in it and it freaked me out. And the whole video was like stupid. I ended up privating it because my whole thing was, oh my gosh, it has snails in it, gross, I'm not using it. And it was just a stupid video. But yeah, it definitely used to freak me out too. Holly said, hi Jen, what are some products with great ingredient lists that you love and think are worth the cost? I'll tell you right now, the best damn beauty stuff has some solid ingredients. I'm going to do at the end of the year a top 10 for What the K. There's some really good stuff from What the K that I've reviewed that I really like a lot, that are good, solid ingredient products. Let me see if I can, you know what, I'm not even going to navigate over there because I've got my microphone on and everything, but I've got all my What the K products in a drawer over there. But I am going to do a video on that. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else like off the top of my head. The Paula's Choice products, which I always want to tell you this, I did do a sponsor video for them a really long time ago, but I'm no longer sponsored by them, but I still really love their products. I definitely recommend checking out some of their line. You can call and actually get a consultation with somebody and they'll recommend products for you. And the products are not outrageously priced. They're kind of mid-range to a little less expensive on the skincare line. Oh no, something happened with Christine. What happened to Christine? They electrocute the snail so that they produce more slime because it's a protectant for the snail. Are you kidding me, Christine? Oh my gosh, I have never heard that before in my entire life. That is not cool. That is not cool. Oh gosh, I had no idea. I will definitely have to look into that a little bit more. Oh my gosh. Danielle says Paula's Choice products never worked for me. Danielle, what I would recommend is to definitely call them, tell them what you've used, and tell them, you know, if you're interested in trying it again, tell them what you've used, tell them that it didn't work, and maybe they can recommend different products for you. Because the thing is, I think that a lot of people, like, okay, when I buy a Too Faced eyeshadow palette, I pretty much know what I'm going to get. Okay, I know what it's going to feel like. I know what it's going to be, you know. But the thing about skincare is every product has its own ingredient deck, and especially with a brand like Paula's Choice, their ingredient decks on each product are all quite different. So you can't say Paula's Choice on the whole will never work for me. You may have just had the wrong ingredients for your skin. Monica, I will look into it. But yeah, so you definitely don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater, if you know what I mean. And look and see the products that you've used. I would definitely recommend talking to them about it and see if there's something else that is in their line that has a different ingredient deck that's for the purposes that you want. Or maybe you just want to try a different line. I don't know, but I think skincare is one of those things where you can't just take the entire line and say the entire line doesn't work unless you've tried the entire line. You know what I mean? Just because the ingredient decks are so different. Paul says, I love Paula. She used to go on Oprah back in the day. I did not know that. Shauna says, I use Timeless Skincare, which you can buy squalane and others that are responsible, and you know what you're getting. Squalane turned my daughter's eczema. Very nice. That's great to know. Thank you so much for that. Kimberly says, Leaders in Solution Aqua Ringer and Mediheal and, oh no, Mediheal, I lost it, NMF are great sheet masks. Great to know. Thank you so much for that. Christina says, give Paula's Choice time to work. The first time it didn't too. I gave up on it right away. Yeah, you definitely, because your skin isn't an instant thing, it takes a while for your skin to exfoliate and regenerate and all of that. It's not something that's instant. And that's one thing that I feel like that Korean skincare and their mentality on skincare has over American skincare. I don't know about other countries, but you know, in America, we're all about fixing things like this, fixing things immediately. We want to fill in those pores. We want to, you know, minimize those fine lines, and we want to see immediate results. And with Korean skincare, what they do is they're all about preventative. So it's about the long term. It's about doing things to help to retain the moisture, to help to retain the elasticity, and that's what their ingredients focus on. So when we try something in America and we don't get results within a month, sometimes we're like, well, forget it, it doesn't work. So just know that it takes a while for your skins to feel the effects of a skincare. And some skincare ingredients, they take a full year to do anything. And I know that's frustrating, but it's like, that's just the way that our bodies work, and we can't force our bodies to do things that they don't do. You know what I mean? So that's why when I do reviews, I do 3 to 4 month trials. And that's what I'm doing with Best Damn Beauty right now. And that way I at least have a good idea of what it's doing to my skin. Even though a full year would be better, I don't want to just do one skincare video a year. I want to put out more than that for you and give you kind of an idea. So I'm trying to do like 3 to 4 skincare videos a year for you. But you do need to give it time to work. You definitely do. So, keep that in mind. And if you do decide to call Paula's Choice, I know I'm saying I'm all Paula's Choice right now, but I really like them. They did. Oh, I do want to disclose. I have to disclose. They have been sending me a few products with no obligation to review recently. I haven't tried any of them because I'm doing the Best Damn Beauty stuff. But they do occasionally send me PR products as well. But again, I'm just telling you, my experience with them has been very positive on the end of the consultation process. So they can tell you how long it'll take for things to kick in too. They can give you a better idea. And you can also Google. Google's fabulous. Stacey wants me to look into the Medix 5.5. Okay, let's look into that. I don't know anything about that product. Let's look. Allison says SkinCeuticals is great, but way too expensive. I feel like I've tried some SkinCeuticals stuff before. I don't have a good memory on that. Okay, so I see Medix 5.5 collagen cream with caviar on Amazon. Okay, so look, let me see. Let's go to the Medix website and see what happens there. Okay, which Medix 5? Oh, okay, so it's a whole line of products called Medix 5.5. What are we going to be looking for? Let's do the... Okay, so it looks like they've got products ranging from like $20 to $40. Let's see something that we can... Okay, let's try this Medix Argan Oil plus 24 karat gold age rewind cream. It's $30. There's no ingredient list. That makes me unhappy. By the way, there's no scientific evidence that I've been able to find that gold does anything for your skin other than give you stress because you realize that it did absolutely nothing for you. And you bought into the fact that gold is good for your skin because you like gold and it's pretty. Gold doesn't do anything, just so you know. From what I've seen and the research I've done, gold does nothing. So don't let that one sell you. It does say that it has coffee bean extracts. I've heard some good things about coffee bean, but lotus extract, I've heard good things. Aloe vera is good, but it depends on the kind. Vitamin C, but there's no ingredient list. So they could be talking about all of these things, the lotus extract, the aloe vera, the coffee bean, all of that, and it could be the very last ingredients. So unfortunately, that website is not going to be helpful for me. Let's see if I can find, let's look on Amazon and see if they have ingredients on Amazon. Okay. Why don't they have ingredients? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this one right here, this is the retinol cream with ferulic acid anti-sagging treatment. Targets crepey wrinkles and sun-damaged skin. And it is $12.90 on Amazon. There's 110 customer reviews, and it looks like it's got 4 stars. So let's look at the ingredients for this. It says water, cetyl alcohol, which is good, glycerin, dimethicone, so, and then shea butter. If you have acne-prone skin, you need to stay far away from this because it's got dimethicone and shea butter on your face. Shea butter on your face. If you have dry skin, you may enjoy that, but acne-prone skin is probably not going to like that so much. Ceterith 20, I think that's a good one. Let me look that one up. And then the next one is the aloe leaf juice and then retinol. So this is going to be a night thing. Retinol is a night. Ferulic acid is good. Camilla leaf, oh, that's the green tea extract, which I really like. Let's look at the Ceterith 20. Okay. It's derived from coconut oil. I know I've talked about this before. It's a solvent, ionic stabilizer, emollient. So that's not a, oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's more of like a, helps with the texture and stuff like that. So yeah, this one does look pretty good, except for if you don't like the idea of dimethicone on your skin or shea butter on your face, then you definitely want to stay away from this. But if you have drier skin, this may be a good one. So this one is going to be based on who you are. It has apple fruit extract, and I've done some research on apple fruit extract that actually looks pretty good, but there's not really a lot of scientific research. It's more people like trying it out and saying that it's good, and companies that sell it saying that it's good. So yeah, some good stuff in here. I think that one looks like it'd be worth the $12.90 to try out if you're interested. That one looks pretty good. All right, let's see. Okay, we've got, we're 5 minutes over. How did that even happen? How are we 5 minutes over? Man, I was having fun too. Bummer. Last one, Susan says, I'm late joining, but what if any of this ginger good for we're in? Ginger. I don't know if I've never seen ginger in skincare. We'll do ginger in cosmetics and see if anything pops up. And that's really all I do, honestly. Beauty benefits of ginger extract. Okay. There's some lotions and things. Let me see if it has any other names to kind of keep an eye out for, but I've personally never seen it in skincare ever. There's some blogs that talk about it, but I don't know. It's a toning and antioxidant properties. Gingers can reduce the appearance of hyperpigmented scars. Dab a slice of fresh ginger onto the areas of the skin that are lacking color and let the juice dry. This is a blog, though. This not a blog, but this is a website called Birdie. So definitely, take this with a grain of salt. Both ingesting ginger and applying it topically have major anti-aging benefits, but there's no studies linked. But it says it's got anti-aging property. But honestly, I have never seen it in a skincare product. So let's look up scientific name for ginger. And let's see. Zingiber officinale. So if you ever see Zingiber officinale, you're going to want to stay away from it because you're allergic to it. All right, I have to go and spend some time with my kiddos because it is our family day. And I want to thank you so much for being here. I hope that you found it helpful. And what I would really, really love is if you are a skincare expert, if you are a dermatologist, if you are an esthetician, if you know about the ingredients that I've talked about, if I have made any mistakes, if you want to add anything to it, if you feel like something wasn't represented perfectly, please, please, please leave comments down below and please read those too because again, I am not trained in any of this. I am an excellent Googler and I'm excellent at reading books, but this is not something that I'm formally trained in. So hopefully this has given you an idea of how to look up ingredients, how to find information on your own, and also some ingredients to look for, and how to read a label and while you're in the store and kind of be like, I don't know about this, or yes, I definitely want to try this. But a big message I want to make sure I get across to you is that you don't have to spend $150, $200, $300 on skincare in order to get something that's really, really good. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and mad, mad love to you. And I will see you in a video soon.